Dorian Barber is the founder of Cutnova app and a barber in Washington State. Today, we're going to hear his story, how he created the app, what he wants to do with it, and what his vision is for the future. Welcome back to the Hairdresser Strong Show. My name is Robert Hughes, and I am your host. And today, I'm with Dorian Barber. How you doing today, Dorian?
I'm doing great. Yeah, it's looking like it's nice. Winter's coming to an end and it's time to, things to get picking up and going.
Yeah,
So,
really. I know. The spring season is coming, so let's all get ready. So speaking of getting ready, you have an app that we're going to hear about. But before we get started, why don't you tell us who you are, how long you've been in the industry, and what your vibe is as a barber and beauty professional.
so I've been a barber for almost 14 years now. I've been at this since I was 17 years old. I started in Florida. Actually, that's where I'm from. So the basis of my barbering background came from Florida. And I'm 31 now, still chopping it up. I owned the barbershop for 10 years. And now I'm looking to start a new venture with Cutnova. And it's been an interesting and educational and fun and exciting and also nerve-wracking adventure.
So what? How long have you been in Washington State?
I've been in Washington for like 10 years now.
Okay. All right. So you
Yeah,
got started
11 years.
for like four years, and then you moved to Washington State, and majority of your career has been in Washington,
Yeah,
right?
the
Yeah.
majority of
And
my career has been in Washington. I started off in a rural, small town area, and I kind of monopolized it there, as far as
nice.
being like the only barber that brought anything modern, because the only thing else that was there was pretty much cowboy cuts. There was like a barber inside of a feed store, so it smelled like a barn in there. And so I showed up, and then I started doing all these interesting designs, like the ones that you can see on my Instagram. I putting Pikachu on people's heads and uh, sports team logos and just cool freestyle design. So I changed the entire vibe. I made the county go from cowboy cuts to something modern finally.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
So like how long ago did you start thinking about this app? And like what was your inspiration for getting into it and starting it?
So it all started one day. I was just in the shower with my thoughts. And I just started to think I was using a competitor. I was using the cut. And I started to think like how hard could it be to make an app and uh, my version of the app could be different. My version of my app, Cutnova, could be something that actually empowers the businesses and allows us barbers to see each other and follow each other and actually build a community, which is something that current booking apps out there just don't do. They're very isolated so that the business is only just them. It's just the business and their list of customers. And the customers, it's just a marketplace for them. It's just a place for them. Oh, I need a haircut, book. And then they don't touch the app for like a month until they need another service. So
So for the audience who doesn't know, can you tell us what is the Cut app?
So the cut, and there's a bunch of other apps out there that are just like this. They have Booksy, Squire, StyleSeat, Fresha. There's a
Oh, okay, so
plethora.
they're all
They're
basically the
all the
same?
same. They're all the
Okay.
same. For the
Okay.
customer, it's just a marketplace to find your next barber. And for the business or the barber, it is just a place where you can manage your appointments and accept card payments.
Okay. All right, got it. Okay. And so you're saying that what it's missing is a social aspect for the operators to communicate with each other.
Yes. So I pretty much built this on the idea that us barbers, we're already always looking for influence, inspiration from other barbers out there. I myself do it all the time whenever I see a nice design out there. I want to replicate it, but do it in my own style. So I always felt that the Cut app, for example, was very hypocritical because their Instagram page at the very beginning used to be just a repost page. We're going to repost everybody. Share you and you'll get recognition. Share you and you get recognition. But when you actually join their platform, it's not like that at all. And you're not getting any actual real exposure as far as like gaining followers or anything like that on any of those platforms out there. So what I created was I combined the boring, uh, marketplace and booking app with a social network. So right now we're pretty much like, the Cut app or Booksy combined with Instagram, and everyone can join for free. Everyone can post pictures, and we can all start following each other. And then, if you are interested in doing, the business side of things with us, then you can sign up for the business side, and there you'll put in your hours for your business, the address, and your customers will be able to find you using geolocation in the marketplace that's on the social side, and they'll book with you, and you can accept payments with us.
Do the other booking apps that have these marketplaces, do they allow for you to upload a profile, like portfolio
Yeah,
pictures?
so all of these other booking apps allow you to create like your marketplace, your profile pretty much.
But that's
And
it. And no
that's
interaction
it.
after that.
There's
Okay.
no interaction after that. So,
Gotcha.
my idea was to kill two birds with one stone. So instead of all these barbers, and I've seen it countless times, there's a barber that's successful and he has a healthy, heavier client list, but he's actually trying to grow his following on Instagram. This guy, he's a really good barber, but he can't get over, like, he's got like 112 followers, and it's really hard for him to get over that. And what I notice is that a lot of the customers, they will book with them. They will download whatever booking app it is, but they're not going to follow them on their socials. So, by combining the social aspect with the booking app, now you could tell everyone, hey, just follow me on Cutnova, and that's where you can also book an appointment with me. And we have a lot of further plans to implement in Cutnova. Right now, we're only doing pictures. We have plans to bring videos later, kind of turning this into more of like a TikTok social platform. And we're going to be introducing ads soon. So, in the later stages of things, as people start to generate more content, we want to offer a way to provide the content creators a source of revenue where they can get a portion of what it is that they generate as long as they meet the qualifications.
Cool. Nice. Awesome. Well, I want to see it. So, would you share your screen and kind of walk us through it a little bit?
Yes, we can. So let me hit this share screen button and bam, there we are. So this is Cutnova. Can I move this? Yes, I can. So this is Cutnova. Here's the social feed right here. And there's just, this guy's new. He just joined. We're very early. We don't have a lot of users. We just launched this. So if you're watching this, download Cutnova app right now. We're available in the iPhone's app stores and the Android Google Play Store. And then you could just go to, let me go to Don. Oh, where's Donald? Let's use the search bar. Bam. So here's Donald. He's been using the app for a few months now. And we can go to view business and we can go through the whole entire booking process and book with him. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to mess with his books right now. So we'll just go back. It's kind of hard to go back when I'm sharing the screen because these buttons are in the way. There we go. And then move you down here. So now we'll take a look at the business side of the account. This is my account, real quick. These are some of the designs that I do, Pikachu and Spider-Man and stuff.
Nice.
And now we'll take a look at the business side. So I'm not working today. I don't have any appointments, but if I did, they would be up here. And then services and products and all this stuff would slide on down. And here you could see some of the products that I sell, or we could just do a custom charge.
And what about that product? Are you is the I'm assuming that the
We have
user.
later plans for products.
Okay.
So for now, a lot of our system is really based off of the appointments, which is tied to services, which have a time tied to it in order for the whole thing to work. Products could be later as we implement kind of like a TikTok shop, uh, an online store where brands can join and sell their products. There are several ways that we could tackle this. We could either do this all in-house, or we could more easily, um, what's the word I'm looking for? Implement uh, like Shopify tools. And as we add Shopify tools, it's all just going to be pretty much just done on Shopify. You'll just be linking your Shopify account here, and then however it is that you do it on Shopify, you'll be able to do it here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Here's the payments page. So this is all money that gets sent to my bank account. And here are some appointments. So I'll go to Saturday right now. And I had a pretty good Saturday. I canceled him by mistake, but I did cut him. And there's enough time for walk-ins and everything. I like to stretch out my appointments so that I could still try and take care of a walk-in or two if I can. So this was a pretty busy day. This was like a $820 day here. Yeah.
Nice.
And then yeah, I mean if you have any other questions, let me know, man.
Yeah,
We
I
got
do. So
Saturday.
this is great. Let's is there anything else you want to show us, Scott? Otherwise, you can stop sharing your screen and then we can
Yeah, no, right here. You've pretty much seen everything that there is to see. I got the client list here. And there's a lot of little, you have to tackle things as you're creating these updates. You have to tackle them one step at a time because everything ties into other parts as you're learning how to develop. So my friend Brian right here, he right now we're making it so that his list of past appointments will show up here. And then I'll be able to see all the dates and all his past. We'll have a history put here, and his phone number, which we already have it so that it's saved. Now we're gonna update it in one of our future updates so that his phone number will show up here on the client details. So we really just do have to develop this step by step, but we're actually talking to a team, and I'll stop sharing my screen now. But I started talking to a team called Cloud Elegant, and they're very closely affiliated with Amazon Web Servers. And we're we're looking at ways to implement AI into into Cutnova. So one of the things that we thought about was having a chat bot. So right now we don't have direct messages, we don't have DMs, but as as we build it out, we can add DMs, and the DM, you go to me, you want to make an appointment with Dorian, you go to messages, and then Dorian's bot will talk to you, and it'll answer whatever questions you need. It'll do some automated replies. Oh, um, how are you doing today? We have this day available. This is our address. These are the hours. Would you like me to help you make an appointment? You want to confirm that you just want two haircuts and one beard for Wednesday at 10 a.m.? Okay, perfect. Now it's confirmed. So there's a way that we're trying to implement AI in this chat box. And in doing so, we're going to be reworking a lot of the appointment aspects and just improving it across the board in order to match what our competitors are doing and then surpass them.
nice. So tell us a little bit about So we got your story, we got your inspo, we got some of your vision, and we got to see the product that you've created. And you talked a little bit about the future and what you see going. I have some questions about. I have questions for the entrepreneur and not the product developer. You ready?
Yeah, hit
All
me.
right. All right. So first question is if someone out there that is thinking they've had an idea for an app, not a booking app, but just say like whatever it is or like any idea. Any idea. 'Cause like what you've done is you've done something that stereotypically we're not known to do. Like
I'm
not in
not.
a
I'm
big
not. I'm not a technical person.
Right, exactly.
I'm,
That's where I'm going with this. Exactly.
yeah.
So, as a non-technical person thinking about having a startup, starting a business in the technical world, can you what were like I don't know, the top three things, top three challenges that you had to overcome? And yeah,
So top three challenges. This is an interesting uh scenario right here. So uh, it all starts with the concept of your idea. And if you really believe in this, you're gonna obsess about it. You don't understand. Like this thing's like a parasite in my brain. Okay. And any successful entrepreneur will be like that.
yeah.
You are gonna be honed in 110% on what it is that you're gonna do. And I've done a lot of numbers calculating how much it is that we can generate, um, all the different avenues that we could be generating money from, and what the expenses will be. So you're gonna go through this phase, especially if you're not someone that's technical, where everything is a question. Everything is a question, and I have to kind of really think about this for a good long time and evaluate if this is something that I want to do. Now, myself, I saw a big, giant green bag of money at the end of this. and and I see a lot of potential and a huge missed opportunity that my competitors are not taking advantage of because none of them, one of the statistics that I, one of the data points that's a very strong advantage for us is that on current booking apps across the board, on all of them, only 10% are barbers and 90% are customers. So I guess the first challenge will be for you to do a lot of analysis. You're going to be wanting to do a lot of data. That's the first challenge. And as I found that that 10% is just barbers, 10% are just the daily active users. Let's do this social media idea. Oh, now we can implement ads and keep the 90% of customers here. And there's a lot of money to be made from ads, you know. So doing a lot of data analysis is definitely your first big step, you know, trying to study what it is that you're trying to build, trying to see the outcome of it all, and really try and solve a problem. And then the second part, the second biggest issue I would have would be if you're not technical or if you don't know how to code, which the majority of us don't. We don't know how to code. I don't know how to code, you know. It's like looking at the lines on the matrix. Like I can't read it. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to find some technical people. And I've been fortunate enough to have found some people that I've been working with for 2 years now since I've been building Cutnova. We've been at this for 2 years. And I've been fortunate enough to have Akash, a good friend of mine now that I consider. He's been a mentor to me in this entire journey. And he's taught me the ins and outs of owning a domain, getting your own, professional email, being the owner of all this. So I am the account holder for the AWS web servers and so just making sure that you are prepared to control everything and also work alongside technical people. So that's probably the second greatest challenge was because a lot of this I was very stupid. I didn't know anything. I was dumb. And I've learned, and I'm still not the smartest person, but I'm always willing to learn and adapt and just keep on growing. And that's probably the second hardest one is learning and getting a technical person. So that's the second one. And the third one, I will say will have to be funding because a lot of this will cost money. And it's going to cost a lot of money. I am not proud to say how much money I have spent on this and how little the app has made. But the majority of the cost has been right now towards just building the app, just getting it built. So we built the first version of it. It wasn't the best. Then we got around. I spoke to the developing team. After the developing team built the first version, they understood what it is that I was trying to build. So we completely rebuilt it for the second version, and it is a lot better. And it's everything that you've seen here. It's a lot better now. It works. I use it every day for all my appointments, and I process all my payments on it. It actually turns into like a card reader,
Oh,
so I can
nice.
like I can tap someone's phone or card to my phone and accept the payment like that. We can also connect it to an external card reader. We use Stripe in our backend to process all of our payments. And yeah, a lot of it will go into research and development, research in the developers part, because a lot of times these guys know how to code, but they're also learning how to code this specific thing. So
So,
it's no matter what, it's a
I
learning process.
yeah, that's interesting. So when you first started, would you say that you had a crystal clear vision, or were you kind of figuring it out when you first started too, and it
I
took
will
some
say
time
it's a
before you,
mixture of both. It's a
okay,
mixture of both.
okay,
Definitely. I had it the what you see now and the layout of like the feed and the profiles and the point of sale system and the appointments, it's pretty much what I've had envisioned since the very beginning. I
nice.
don't know how to code or put together stuff, but I managed to build like a little rough draft where like people could swipe and hit like home, even though like home was fake and all that stuff because I couldn't code in the actual user data permissions and stuff like that. I was at least able to build a rough draft, and then when I did find the developing team with Akash was able to understand the layout of what it is I was trying to build.
Gotcha,
But it's
gotcha.
definitely a mixture of both. You're gonna learn a lot along the way.
Yeah, I mean, I can imagine that you have like somebody who has an idea, like a that is not a technical person, and then you have this idea, and then you start working on it, and then you find out that, oh yeah, we could do that, but it'll add like 20% to the budget, or it'll add
Mhm.
another 6 months, or something like that, and you're like,
And something
oh,
else I will say is in development, always expect delays.
yeah,
It's you can't tell like hey they're trying to build it, man, like it's this thing is nothing and then it becomes something, and that takes time. Good things take time to build because let's say they do build it, well now you got to test it, and that's going to take about a week or two of testing it and then ironing out the kinks. So it's not just like one time said and done and that's it. It's there it is. No, you have to get it built, test it, reiterate, test it again, and keep going until you have a product that's good. You want to build a good foundation. In the tech industry, it's called an MVP, the minimum viable product. You want to build something that's not super good. I'm not building a TikTok right now. I'm building something that's basic. It's the minimum, but it's viable. It works. And this is the product that's working right now that's going to help us start to make money.
nice. So on that note, what is your first of all, I want to say that the vocabulary you're using is clear that you've either studied either formally or on your own, or you have somebody that you work with? Because a lot of these things, like the entrepreneurial business stuff, I can tell. Do you have how did you learn about all of this? Is just like Googling stuff, or did you have somebody that you could
YouTube.
call? A lot of YouTube stuff.
YouTube, Akash, my main developer, has been.
How'd you meet him?
So I was investigating how to build my own app, and I was gonna attempt to build it myself at first. There's this no code building solution, which for me didn't work. If you're trying to build what I'm trying to build, it's not gonna work. But this is where I built the first rough draft where I could navigate all the pages. And it was called Adalo. It's free to use and free to play with. Um, it's even though there's no coding, it's still very confusing. It's some advanced form of thinking because if I did somewhat successfully code this right, and now I give you permissions to post and stuff like that, but I mixed up some permissions somewhere along the way, whatever you post, I could have the ability to delete if I did it wrong.
Right.
So, and with what I wanted to build with appointments and payments, and for this being something that many businesses could use across the board, especially with the payment parts, we are going to have to integrate Stripe to process all those payments. We decided to build our platform on Flutter instead, with everything hosted on AWS, which is it's a harder thing. You have to code everything. That I really had to be hands off with. Uh, I was more of just approving designs and suggesting where how certain things could look. Um, but I forgot what the question was.
How did you meet your mentor?
Oh, so I was playing with it on Adalo. Then I went on the Adalo forums and I posted there that I was looking for a team of developers to help me build this. Then I met with Akash, and Akash there told me, okay, I'm starting to understand your vision. I think we can build this. And then he says, but we can't do it on Adalo. We have to code this. What you want is too complicated for Adalo to build with no coding solutions. And from there, we've kept going. And Akash hasn't just been a contracted developer that I've been paying, and he's trying to uh, reap some rewards. He's been a great mentor for me. And I think that's more important that if you can find someone that's already in this space and they're knowledgeable and they're here trying to set you up for success as a part just themselves, that's very strong. That's incredibly powerful. And I have nothing but good words to say about Akash. Akash has been an immenseful help along this entire journey. He's helped me set up everything, the Stripe accounts, the Amazon web servers, the domain, and all the other little bits and pieces that help put this all together. So I'm in control of everything. I have access to add people, to give them permissions to code or to remove people, give people administrative access. And I've learned a lot in this journey. So I've met Akash, and he's helped me a lot. But
That's awesome.
really, really, if anyone out there is looking for someone technical, like I found a guy like a needle in a haystack. It's very hard to find technical people. There really just aren't that many technical people in the world, I will say. There's a lot more
Yeah, and
barbers,
then
I think.
well, and then on top of that, it's the one like it's hard to find them who are good because the ones who
Yes.
are good usually are making a bunch of money somewhere. And that was my experience. This has been great. This has been awesome. It's we got to meet you. We got to see learn about a new tool and an exciting startup, and we even got to learn a little bit about the startup process and recognize one of our own people who is out there in the tech space, which is for me a very exciting thing.
I'm
Like I
trying to
think
become that
that's
next Mark Zuckerberg.
yeah.
Yeah. The
I
barber Mark Zuckerberg. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, this has been a pleasure. Where can people find you?
They can find me on YouTube or Instagram at Dorian Barber. I'm very Googleable. You can also check out cutnova.com and see what the app is about. If you want, or if you know someone that would like to be invested in Cutnova, they can email me at Dorian@cutnova.com, and then we can talk about, some sort of investments or equity deals. We are looking to accelerate this. We're just getting started on a marketing campaign right now. So it's a little bit of a slow start with the marketing campaign, but as we start to push out more content, we'll be pushing out more ads.
Nice. That sounds super exciting. Well, thank you for joining us today, and until next time, I'll see you later.
Perfect. Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, that was good. I'll just stop it right there.
Perfect.